With Women's Day celebrations, focus falls on gender equality and women's economic empowerment. The severe underrepresentation of women in various economic sectors and in decision-making positions in the private sector all demonstrate the need for urgent intervention to improve the status of women in our society. Let's welcome on the line for a discussion Ms. Karen Pillay, an independent development practitioner who's researched and written extensively on the subject. A very happy Women's Day to you, Karen. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, and same to you.
Okay.
One of the things I can see is year on year I listen to the speeches, and year on year we have the same speeches on the 9th of August. Let's empower women, let's change regulations, and, to ensure that there's employment equity, gender equality. But nothing has been translated in practice.
Karen, how is South Africa doing in terms of women empowerment, particularly in the workplace?
We've seen that there's only 5% of women that hold CEO level posts, and there's been a decline in this from 8% in 2011. And overall, only 29.9% of females are in senior management posts. It is still very male-dominated, and there's many barriers to women progressing and thriving in the workplace. And economically, there's a lack of an enabling environment. If women are strong and assertive in the workplace, they are labeled as challenging and seen as a threat. And when I talk about especially black women, and I'm looking at the national category of black women, if they are assertive, if they are strong, if they come across as being a threat, they are relegated to the back house, where they're not given the opportunities to thrive and succeed. What is worse is that even if women achieve middle management posts, they have to work twice as hard as their male or white counterparts to prove themselves. I've come across black women
Yes, Karen, I was speaking to the minister in the presidency responsible for women the other day, and I was just talking to her, asking about, what is still missing when it comes to the emancipation of women, particularly in the workforce. And she was speaking about the fact that the Labour Department has to really enforce those current regulations in order to enable for that equality for women to actually take place. What do you think still needs to be done in your view?
Absolutely, there's no monitoring of these policies and processes that are in place. We look at violence against women in a domestic setting. Nothing has been done to highlight violence against women in the workplace scenario. And many young women look at bodies like the CCMA as standing for the employer and not for the woman. So there is a perception that there isn't a governance mechanism, there isn't support, there isn't guidance for women in the workplace. You see that men are given that support and guidance. There's alumni clubs, old buddies clubs that empower them to become leaders and successful leaders. There is nothing for women in the workplace, especially women leaders. There is no alumni. There is no bodies and platforms for them to vent, for them to, for them to bounce ideas off. And when they go home, they're dealing with multi-dimensional issues. They go home, and they are left to leave their work shoes outside and put on the mother and wife shoes. It's a tough ask of women. Male counterparts don't face the same challenges as female in and out of the workplace, and this hinders the professional growth of women. We don't even have, if you look at the micro-lending support sector, it does not support women-led initiatives to the scale that it needs to support so that it allows women to become economically empowered. And women-owned businesses are not provided with the support they need to survive in the economical jungle. If you look at in India, rural women are trained and given seed funding to operate businesses. In South Africa, we don't have this. And it's a lonely road for women in leadership and women who are running businesses.
Oh, absolutely. Karen, before I let you go, just one more time, your message to all those hardworking women out there in the country celebrating this day alongside me and you.
My young aspiring women leaders need to become entrepreneurial savvy. They need more platforms, academic opportunities and business opportunities. And strong women, go out there and make your voice be heard, irrespective. And in fact, if you have lessons to share from workplace, please share those lessons with other women. Let's empower. Let's have a sisterhood that empowers each other in terms of workplace and workplace issues.
Absolutely. Karen, thank you so much. Once again, enjoy the rest of your Women's Day today. That is Ms. Karen Pillay, an independent development practitioner, talking to us about some of the issues that are still outstanding when it comes to workplace equality of women.